G'day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we are going to take a look at the Strength Caulifla unit from the Universe 6 Extreme Z area. So this is a free to play unit and we'll see whether it is worth the time to, or the hidden potential orbs I should say, to invest in. So overall, got a leader skill change, nothing too important, just a 77% leader skill. And then in terms of her super attack, a pretty good change, stacking that defense for 3 turns. The reason why it's pretty good is it means it allows her to keep a constant stack if you keep her on rotation. Then in terms of her passive, she has attack and defense of plus 30% up to 160%, and a chance of evading enemy super attacks enemies attacks including super attacks of plus 15% up to 60% per Universal Survival Saga category ally on the team. She also has the ability to fire multiple super attacks if she has the Kale or a Kale in her team. In terms of build, you're going to want to go for the crit build. It's pretty much the standard build for these units just to get the most damage out of their 1.8 to 2.4 million attack stats. In terms of her Link, she's got Super Saiyan, Battlefield Diva, Prepared for Battle, Shattering the Limit, Prodigies, and she also has Warriors of Universe 6. So a pretty decent link set with a lot of different links: Tournament of Power, Shattering the Limit, Prepared for Battle, plenty of key links which makes her very viable on most of her teams. Universal Survival Saga, Pepe Gals, Pure Saiyans, Full Power, Universe 6, and of course Super Saiyan 2 are her major categories. Rapid Growth and Bond of Friendship are also some decent categories for her, along with Gifted Warriors. Overall, she is a pretty good unit on most of her categories, as Kale is on most of her teams as a decent running partner. I think her best categories are Rapid Growth, Universe 6, Pepe Girls, Universal Survival Saga, and of course the Bond of Friendship category. Now we'll take a look at her and we'll discuss whether it's worth our time to invest the orbs to rainbow her. Now, for most of these units from the Universe 6 Extreme Z area, it is definitely worth your time to invest the rainbow or the orbs necessary to rainbow them into them if you are, well, just struggling to have Universe 6 or Universal Survival Saga units. They fill up 3 slots on your team. All of them can hit between 1.8 to 2.4 million, and they all have very good effects, and they all work really well together and have great synergy with a lot of Universal Survival Saga units. Mainly because obviously they all share a ton of links, things like Prepared for Battle, Tournament of Power, Warriors of Universe 6, Shattering the Limit. All of these are great links to have, and they give plenty key between them and other units. Of course, they also have very generic staple links like Super Saiyan, which is a fantastic attack link to have for the most part, as it's shared with a lot of other units. So we've got her here on pretty much a perfect rotation for her, linked up with Kale, and with the Goku as an additional support, she has 145,000 or so defense, which is a very good amount. Remember, she will stack her defense when she fires a super attack, and because Kale is in the team and in the same rotation, we have a very good chance of firing off an additional super attack. These additional super attacks really help her out because she can maintain 2 stacks for the 3 turn duration, which means her defense can really rise from situations where it is 145,000 all the way up to 210,000 before she will stack again. This is a very good amount of defense, plus she also has evasion as well, which is excellent for a lot of situations, especially the Gods of Destruction events and the ESBR and SBR. So overall, she's looking pretty good already. Saw a decent attack stat there as well, 2.5 million, which is, you know, relatively solid. It's a very good attack stat. It's pretty good, obviously, with the fact that we can build her full crit. It means that she can do some decent damage even with those slightly lower attack stats. We also haven't applied gear to her, we haven't really link leveled her, and in terms of link level she has some decent room to grow, especially because she has a, you know, linking partner in the form of Kale, who gives her a fantastic amount of additional linking. We're talking 5 links, so each of those links are also key links, generally giving a attack and defense. So she's got another 25%, 30% attack, plus another 20%, 25% defense, all to come from her links minimum when she is linked with Kale. So you can definitely see that attack stat rise. Give her some attack gear for an extra 500 attack. Maybe throw on some extra crit and attack gear, and all of a sudden she'll have close to 800 extra attack, some extra additional attack and defense from her links, and she'll be looking really solid. We can see here she has almost 200k defense, and she will fire off a super attack again. So that means her defense will definitely, before the end of this turn, be above the 200k mark. This is an exceptional amount of defense, and we've seen her evasion really kick in again. Her attack stats are also really solid, and we have a decent chance at critting. So overall, she is looking really good. But a lot of these units from the Universe 6 Extreme Z area are looking really good. So if you are missing, let's say 2 or 3 units from your Universe 6 or your Universal Survival Saga team, there's no shame in kicking back and picking up these really awesome summonable units. I think these guys are great. Free to play units. I think these guys are great. I think they really fill in slots and people who need them. I really think they help out the teams. I think they fantastic. Caulifla's great because she works perfectly in synergy with Kale. Caulifla can kind of sit in that first slot, and Kale can really sit in that middle slot or that third slot and just provide all the assistance to Caulifla, which is great. And then she can also just benefit fully from activating both of their passives, which is also great. So overall, they just really pair well together and they play off each other really well, which in this situation is fantastic because it gives you 2 units to basically complete a rotation. Because when they're together, they both have, you saw there, Kale will also have over 100k defense. She also gains 120% defense on her super, so she'll be close to 200k. They both hit, close to 2 million as well. The additional crit chance will be there from Kale's passive, so they really just suit each other a lot in the way they're built and the way everything runs, which I think is fantastic. So in terms of her links and just talking about her links and her linking partners, obviously she has a fantastic set of links, very versatile. We're talking Shattering the Limit, Prepared for Battle, a lot of key links. So the main things we're going to try and focus on are things like Super Saiyan and Prodigies, because those are some links she can get somewhere else. And you'll find she has a lot of decent overall link sets and linking partners. For the most part, you can pretty much link her with any Kale, since they'll be on pretty much any category, which is fantastic. But of course, you can just basically try and link her up with units like Vegeta. Super Saiyan Vegetas are pretty good, but any Super Saiyan really is okay for her. As long as they have Prepared for Battle or Shattering the Limit, she's pretty much going to be able to link with them. You can see there's a couple of Vegetas here, which is something that's all okay. But for the most part, we're not too focused on the Prodigy side. If we really want to see the best out of Caulifla, we're really going to have to just try and focus on linking her up mainly with Kale units or Kaba or other units from the Universal Survival Saga. For the most part, they'll activate at least 3 of her links in the form of Super Saiyan, Tournament of Power, possibly Warriors of Universe 6 or Battlefield Divas, things like that. So she's got plenty of options. You can see here lots of good running mates. Obviously the Kale from the same free-to-play event is of course her absolute best running mate, and that makes perfect sense considering they both come from the exact same event. But she's also pretty good because she can activate her passive as well linked with the LR. They share plenty of links and she can generally be pretty good next to the LR. Obviously both of them will build up evasion, both of them will build up their defense, so pretty good combo. Overall, she can't link with other Cauliflas. There's a lot of good Super Saiyan 2 Cauliflas, but she's basically a pseudo AGL Caulifla, pretty much very similar. So yeah, she's really good, which I think is great. When you look at units like Hit or like the non-Super Saiyan Caulifla, they're also pretty good pairing partners. They share a decent number of links, and overall they just kind of build into that team kit. The only thing with Caulifla is that her passive is pretty much Universal Survival Saga bound, so you're going to have to use her on that team. But I think beyond that, she's pretty good on any team you can fit a majority of USS units on, so Pepe Girls, Rapid Growth and all those sort of teams will be fine. But that's it from me. Leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Otherwise, take care and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, bye.